Hello Cancer, thank you for joining me here. And this is gonna be end of the year reading, which means that it's gonna encompass a rest of the October, November, and December. This is how I segmented. This is for October, this is for November, this is for December. Energy wise, it's all gonna blend in because that's how energy flows. It's not separate, it's not linear like that. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Okay, so just by looking at this card, I can tell that this is gonna be this entire last 3 months. It's gonna be very an internal journey for you, Cancer. It's gonna be an internal journey for you. And why I'm saying this, right? Because the first 2 cards that came together, it's 8 of Swords with the Sun. What does it tell me? It's like I am connecting with people who has been prioritizing their thoughts, their logic, the facts over their intuition and senses. I know that people who come to tarot card channel, they are actually fighting for what they believe in, what they emotionally feel. Like, let's say, like standardized form. If you don't get, like in a relationship, if we don't get a immediate response back, message back, on then they are not doing something that quote unquote kind of represent how love should be, how relationship should be. They are not texting you back, they ghosted you for a couple of months. Immediately our cognition mind tells us that okay, it's not working, there is no love. But I know that we are coming back again and again. We are listening to all these messages. Why? Because we do believe deep down in our gut that there is something, that connection worth fighting for. And why that belief is forming? Because we are listening to our senses, we are listening to our internal voice, we are listening to our intuition. But I feel like it has been a struggle for you. It has been a struggle. You have been in your mind thinking, oh my god, am I being just stuck here? Am I just overthinking it? Am I just thinking maybe that person doesn't even feel the way I feel, but I'm still here. I'm still hoping for them to come back, them to respond, them to understand that this connection is something legit, something so deep and profound. I want them to understand. That's why we are waiting, right? We are waiting for this understanding from the other person or the other situation or the group of people, whatever the situation is. But it has been a struggle for you. You have been in your mind constantly. You have been doubting your own intuition. You have been doubting the feelings that you have, and you are asking for all this question. Is it really just me in this whole game? The another person is never really there? Is the way I feel for that person, is it just all in my head? Am I just making myself stuck in this situation without really realizing the hard truth of it? But you know the truth. You know the truth because you know how you feel inside. You know how it made you feel. You know in your gut what it says to you about the relationship, about the connection. That's why the Sun is here. Sun is here to reaffirm that you are, listen to your intuition, listen to your senses. But because it's hard, I understand it is hard to constantly listen to our senses and listen to our unconscious mind, because we are so wrapped up in like how it should be. There is like a protocol right there, like how love should be, how one should behave in love and all that thing. But we are so diverse. But we are acknowledging that diversity, we are acknowledging the complexity that one relationship holds. And that's why you get into it's like a back and forth journey between what you are taught or what you are made to believe that how it should go, and how you think inside, deep down in your gut, that how it is. So that's the battle. And that's why Sun is here to affirm you. Listen to yourself, listen to your gut. Whatever you feel, do not submit to this fact and rationale that is out there to tell you other reality, other aspect of truth. Your truth is within you. As long as you listen to your intuition, as long as you listen how you really feel. If you feel that connection is there in your heart, it's there, right? And that's why we get by the end of October, you are kind of accepting that you are kind of putting a foot on your, like, okay, this is how I feel. I'm not gonna let my mind take over my body, because you had enough. And 10 is also a completion. You see, you have been wrapped in these thoughts of constant, am I being fooled? Am I being just stuck here? Am I the only one who is fighting this battle? It's not about whether the other person is fighting or not. It's about you listening to yourself, you listening to what is truth in you, what you think is truth for you. You are not letting other people to tell you what the truth is. If you feel love, that's it. Who else can tell you how you feel and what is love for you? If it is a love situation, it could be it. Please imply this in any aspect of your life, depending. But the core essence is listening to your gut, listening to your senses, and letting your mind rest. You're not letting your mind overtake your body. And that's why the 10 of swords is there, because there is a completion. You are tired, and you are letting all these facts down. You are not letting other people to tell you how you feel and how your truth is less truth than others just because they have fact. That's because, oh, you know what, my relationship is valid because we are constant communication. Your relationship, oh, they just ghosted you. Maybe you are in a dreamland because they never reply you back. Your love doesn't exist because they never reply you back. Those kind of cognition that only love can be proved once there is a solid communication. Yes, communication absolutely help, but what about you feel inside? You are validating that within you, and that's why the completion is here. I hope it makes sense. You understand, you are Cancer, water sign. You understand how feelings and emotion and gut speak to you. So then in November we start with 3 of Wands. Now, because 3 of Wands with Ace of Swords, these 3 months is like it's not of external activity going on. It's more of an internal journey for you. Internal journey of accepting how you feel and take it as a truth of yours. Everybody has their own truth depending on how they feel. If you feel inside something, that's your truth. So that's why Ace of Swords is there. You are really listening the truth. And the moment you start listening to your gut, start listening what you feel and validating that within yourself, it brings clarity, it brings hope, it brings you look for something new. You can look for something new because you don't feel stuck. Though we only feel stuck because we get so wrapped up in our cognition mind, how things supposed to be, what people tell us that how things supposed to be. That's when things get stuck, because then we feel something different in complex relationship. Every relationship is very complicated because human emotions are very complicated. Human feelings are very complicated. It's not just 1 + 1 = 2. It's not everything formulated. So that's why when you letting that thing rest, you are more hopeful, you are more positive, you are looking for your what your heart says, and that gives you clarity, that gives you such immense amount of truth in your life, and you feel vibrating in your element. You feel like, okay, now I can see things, now I can look for what's there out there, because I don't feel stuck, because my mind is not taking over my intuition, my mind is not taking over my body. And then in November, December, we start with King of Cups paired with Seven of Swords and King of Swords. See, there's a lot of swords here, lot of truth. It's not truth about, it's not, when I say truth, it's this truth is not about factual truth. This truth is not about, it's truth within. Validating your own feelings, validating your own emotion is the truth. You know, and when you let all this truth to come in, when you accept all this truth, when you really embrace, when you really love your voice, when you really stand for what you believe, when you really believe, when you really, you know, like shine like let yourself shine, then this sense of love, then you feel like you are ready to open for real emotional exchange without any kind of standardized formula, without any kind of standardized formula of love or standardized formula of connection. You feel like you can just, you know, now you feel like your heart is open. Now you feel like King of Cups. King of Cups is they know how to love. They know what emotion holds. They understand that complexity. They don't go by that bookish understandings of love. They follow their heart. They follow their senses. They follow their intuition. Look how they sit. You know, there is no like bending. There is like a total confidence in oneself, and holding that cup in so confidence that this is I have to offer you. This is what I feel. Whether you are ready or not, that's up to you. Whether the other person is ready to take kind of open, receive kind of open love, that's up to them. Let them grow on their own pace. But you are ready. By the beginning of the December, you will feel such an openness in your heart that you feel like, you know, you can truly express yourself without feeling, am I being over dramatized, am I being dramatic, am I being oversensitive. All this kind of doubts gonna eliminate, because you know the truth, because you saw the truth in you, and that's why you are now open for this emotion. Emotion, true love is gonna flow, and there will be no place with King of Swords, with that kind of, you know, King of Swords is constantly, this energy is constantly reminding you, hey, don't let other overwhelm you. Don't let other tell you how you feel. Listen to yourself, and that is your truth. Hold on to it. Look at this, how confident it is. No, it's like completely unfazed by what others has to say. You know, Seven of Swords is constantly looking for, you know, what people are saying. Seven of Swords energy is like constantly looking back. It's like a protective energy. Like, am I doing it right? People are, is this validated by people? Are people are thinking that I'm crazy because I still believe in this? You know, constant looking back, constant looking for external validation. That thing is coming, and King of Swords is coming there, and this energy is telling, no, stop that. You already know your truth. Then why you are looking for others people to validate how you feel? Stand by your truth, stand by yourself. If you don't stand by yourself, then how can you expect others to stand by you? I know I'm sounding a little stern here, because I feel that, because you are going to feel that kind of confidence, and I'm in your energy, so I'm feeling that confidence. Have faith, have trust in yourself. That's all you got. We all got is ourselves. If we don't trust ourselves, who else gonna trust us? That's what King of Swords is telling you. You know, like, don't look for others people validation how you feel. You feel. That's why you are. That's why when you feel, and when you trust what you feel, when you trust in your guts, when you trust in your intuition, when you trust in your inner emotion, then you can feel this new horizon is opening up. Then you can feel that you are ready for new journey, because you are not bothered. You are not putting energy into others people, feeding how other people think, and how the other people validate your reality. You are looking for your own reality, and you are ready. King of Swords is constantly remind you that energy gonna be, it's like the whole 3 months is like your self actualization and self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, what I mean by self-acceptance? Self-acceptance means accept yourself with wholeness, with his mind and body. And body means our intuition, body means our senses. I'm sorry if I go in for a lecture. I did not mean to, I really felt like that's the King of Swords is telling you. King of Swords and Ace of Swords, look at this. The Seven of Swords is, all of this is, like swords energy. And they're telling you that you are not looking for other people. Don't look on your shoulder. Don't think that you need to protect yourself. When you are vibrating in your truth, nobody can harm you. You don't need protection. You are protected. The moment you listen to yourself, that is a protection. That is the form of, like shield. So you don't need all this. You don't have to worry about how other people are thinking all the time, looking back, looking over your shoulder, because that energy can take away from your truth. That energy can drain you, because it's very draining when you are constantly comparing, constantly looking up to others instead of listening to yourself. And these two energy, King of Swords and Ace of Swords, are constantly reminding you, Cancer, you know the truth. You know the truth already. Listen to your gut, what it's saying. You run deep. So listen to that deep voice that is kind of like right now whispering in you. Let that voice shout and listen to it. That's all it is. So I feel like, this is gonna be, these 3 months gonna be a very, it's like you are gonna understand a whole new of yourself. This is a very good energy, Cancer. This is a very good energy. I'm so glad to see this energy for you. You are gonna see a whole new of yourself, where you are not self-doubting, where you are not letting other people to self-doubt your reality, self-doubt your truth, and you are not letting other people tell an alternative truth that they think is right for you. You know what is right, because you are listening to yourself. So please, please remember, there is this Ace of Swords and King of Swords kind of clarity is there to protect you. That is your protection. Your truth is your protection. Your external protection is not going to protect you. Your internal validation, when you start trusting yourself, that's your true protection. That's what these two things are saying. Ace of Swords is like almost like, look at this, it's like some kind of spiritual hand, some kind of whatever you call, whether you call God, spirit, or universe, is something beyond our understanding, is telling you that you got the truth. And King of Swords is like, it's like this, you got the truth, and King of Swords is protecting that truth. Getting that truth and letting it go, it's not gonna work. So you have to have these two combined. First, to realize your own truth within yourself, and then fight for it. Don't let other people butcher it. King of Swords is like, look at this, it's like guarding its own truth. You are not gonna come near me. I am gonna it's gonna be harsh if you come and try to tell me try to alter my truth, because I know my truth and I'm guarding it. I am with it. I'm standing with it. That's what King of Swords is. Because I got the truth from the universe. I got the truth from the spirit. I got the truth from God, if you believe in that. And all this encompasses, because it's not, what is spirit, God, universe? It's like when you listen to yourself, everything is within. So you're listening to yourself. The moment you listen to yourself, everything, the bigger truth comes to you, and you are guarding it. December, you are standing for yourself. You are standing up for yourself. You are standing up for your truth. This is going to be very good month for you, Cancer. It's a very nice, and look at this sun. When sun is there, that's the main energy. Sun is there. Sun is saying that, you got it. You got it. Now all you have to do is stand by yourself. Universe is, like by you. They are giving you this kind of clarity moment. The sun is there to make you feel like rejuvenated, make you feel like you got something, when you feel like, it feels amazing when you listen to yourself, when you trust yourself, when you believe that you can do. even though nobody else believe in you. When you believe in yourself that you can do, and sun is doing that, sun is saying you got it. Don't doubt. There is no place for doubt anymore, because there is a big thing, major thing that's waiting for you. So all you have to do, you got the truth, you got the warmth and support from the universe, you got the truth from the universe, you have this big, you are opening a heart, you are opening your heart, you are opening emotion, and you have this kind of like guide, like guardian, who is protecting that, and which is you. So you got everything. All you have to do is stand by it. Don't let anyone to make yourself doubt, because you got it. Okay, I think that is for this next 3 months. It's gonna be a huge change in your life, but it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good knowing that you have by yourself. That's the best thing that you can have, I feel like. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here, and hope it resonates with some of you. And if you like what I do, please do subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye bye.